Hello, and welcome to Metal Brunch Club, a podcast about coffee, blast beats, and three dudes' opinions on metal albums you never wanted. So, crank those volume levels to 11 and enjoy some good old-fashioned metal music with your hosts, Bryan, Nick, and Jordan.
And now, it's time for Metal Brunch Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Welcome
We're here.
to episode 20.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us once again.
Yes.
Both you guys,
Yes.
and then also anyone who's
anyone who's
listening, watching,
Anybody here.
anything like that. Thank you
Yeah.
all for
Yes.
coming back week after week.
Yeah.
It means so much to us.
It means a
Thank
lot
you.
to us. My own mother won't even do it, but that's also because I told her not to listen to the
Yeah,
show. I was
please
like,
don't.
Please stay away.
dear God, do not.
Yeah, I'm hoping that none of my family has ever
No.
listened to it. I don't know if they have, but
Yeah.
please, God, no.
Yes. No family allowed.
Fortunately, I don't think 50% of my family knows what a podcast is, so like, we're tight there.
We're good.
But also, thank you to anyone who's watching the video for putting up with us kind of figuring some of this out. We are going to be uploading episodes up to YouTube. We're kind of just learning some of the tricks of the trade with adding video component to it. So you might see some changes from week to week until we kind of solidify it, but
Yeah.
just wanted to kind of have like a little show note thing at the very beginning. Just
Lots of ideas, lots of grand ideas, but
2023 is the year of the
we're
ideas.
starting with the basics right now. So
Yep.
You got to get back to
Sky's
basics.
the limit. We got a lot of ideas, a lot of new segments and stuff. We're
a lot of cheeks to
trying
clap.
to, yeah, all the cheeks.
Lots
to
of cheeks to
clap.
clap. It's a really positive, uplifting
Yeah.
thing, thinking about all the ideas and things we want to do with their show.
Anyway, who the fucking
Who
heck
cares?
is we talking about? Who the heck is we talking about?
Well, so the album that we're listening to, the EP that we're listening to is Downer Part.2.
Okay.
Then that's where the positive stuff was going to go, and it was like a segue.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a funny joke.
I kind of messed that up. Yeah.
But it's okay. But yeah, so we're listening to French boys,
Ooh,
Wee Wee.
Wee Wee.
Oh,
Back out.
Sorry.
Great. So yeah, we're listening to
Ugh, there goes our French
French
audience.
nu-deathcore band 1056 period and their album Downer Part.2.
Now one gonna get to sleep because they're always gonna wanna fucking come in for me. Label shadows in the corner, always looking at me, laughing at me. But it makes a mess. I wanna be looking up alive for dead in my sleep, dead in my sleep.
Wowee. I didn't think French
Tasty.
people were that angry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song was Trauma Doll, which I think was their first single they released off of this new EP. But 1056...
It gave me trauma.
Yeah, it gave me some trauma, but because how quickly it made me snooze. Anyway, so 1056 is the brainchild of Aaron Matz, who used to be the angrier vocalist in the band Betraying the Martyrs.
Angry yellow.
Let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, and they were like a Christian metalcore, deathcore band.
Oh.
And he said, I want to make something angrier, and I want to say fuck more. And so he stepped to the side
I get that.
and made 1056 with people from like bands from like Uneven Structures, and I think
Novelist, right?
yeah, Novelist.
Novelist, yeah.
So a lot of really talented dudes. And yeah, they made this band, and they literally just wanted to make some of the angriest, heaviest shit that they could.
I think they did a good job at attempting that.
I think they made angry music, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
It's angrier than his other stuff was.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, and I think Betraying the Martyrs kind of fell off, to be honest. I feel like Aaron was kind of driving force behind that, but I don't know. I'm a fan of it, of this, EP, but my overall thoughts is like it's very simplistic, heavy music. If you don't want to think about it and you just want something heavy, this is what you're going to listen to. It's not going to bring in the crazy, complicated, maybe a little bit alien noises here and there, but it's no Oni.
Yeah.
Oni is not.
I'd say
sure.
It probably falls within the realm of that kind of style.
Did you? I feel like I was reading and seeing a lot of people calling this like music really, or this record really like chaotic. I just don't.
No.
For whatever reason, I didn't get that as much.
There are noises that they throw in and stuff like that, and so I guess that could
maybe in the production it could be considered, and like I guess the way it's mixed, because it is really like distorted and super. It does sound a little processed to me, like very obviously like digitally processed. A lot of saturation, a lot of compression, but so maybe those things people are maybe sort of mistaking that for chaos or more of like a chaotic sound, but I didn't really get that from the record myself either, so I was curious what you guys thought.
Yeah, I don't think that chaotic is even in the top 30 words I would use to describe this album. But
I want to hear. Okay, why don't you just go for it?
All right. Well, you're gonna have to give me a second or two, because I didn't. I realized as soon as I said it that you guys were gonna be like, "Oh yeah, asshole, tell us what those 30 words
tell
are."
Us.
And I can't.
Tell us.
I can't even think of 30 words for this album, honestly. But chaotic is definitely not one of the words I would do. Boring is probably the number one. Boring, repetitive. Redundant is also like a redundant thing to say because repetitive is the same word.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
It's not glonky though.
It's not glonky.
It's not glonky.
Glonky's good.
Yeah, glonky's good.
Lack of chantutery. That's a like hyphenated word, so it's one word, even though it's several
not nearly
words.
Enough alien vibes.
Yeah. But I don't know. Chaotic is not what I would think of it. I think though, to your point, it is produced very loudly and very aggressively.
Totally. Yeah.
And so I could see that. What about you, Bryan?
Like what I was saying a little bit before, I think it's just it's I don't know anything about chaotic. I mean, sure there's noises and stuff here and there, but it's just kind of your beat down. It's like I want some angry music while I'm in the gym lifting, or I want to be angry to something.
Yeah.
And I feel like they do it well, but it's not meant to be like overly complicated. I don't think. I'm just assuming that Aaron's like, I want to say fuck a lot, and I just want, and they bring the new metal kind of ish, into it.
Sadly.
I don't know about sadly. I like the new metal vibes, but
I honestly to kind of like bounce off of that, the sort of concept of nu-deathcore, which I think is sort of like what this is being coined as now, or at least for them. It's intriguing to me, like that, the idea of that, and I think we've talked a lot about like how nu metal kind of feels like it's kind of like edging its way back into like modern metal music, and that's really interesting to me. But it feels almost like for them that was just like kind of like the vocalist doing like some fast rap screaming,
or just in the case of like one of the songs just actually rapping.
I didn't care for that one,
which is like unquestionably one of the worst things I've heard. Even including last year.
But the other interlude I kind of liked. A little bit with like the DJ, spins and whatnot.
Yeah, so. That was cool. The emo rap song, it just didn't fit, and like I think I kind of understood what they were trying to do, but it just. I don't know. It just didn't really land for me. Just didn't really work for me.
That
felt forced.
That whole like emo rap thing is like really big, though. I mean, that's like
it's a huge scene.
So I don't know if they were just trying to piece that in there for a couple,
And I like that genre. Like I legitimately like listen to like that style of music pretty frequently, actually. Like sort of like alt. Not. I don't know if I would call it emo rap, but more like alternative leaning like rap. That's kind of like heavier. Yeah. I like a lot of that stuff, and I don't know. I just feel like they aren't very good at it.
Right.
Like there are people who are like really, really good at it and do it super well, and I feel like they attempted it, and it was okay in the realm of that genre. But even there, it wasn't really good or great in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then to like stick it onto this album where it obviously doesn't like fit in, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So
Like stick to what you know.
Yeah.
You can do the heavy pretty decently. Like just,
like do a side project and be like and make it your fucking
Right.
emo rap side project. So you're not being sort of compared with your new deathcore sound, trying to mix it with emo rap. It just doesn't work in my opinion.
Or even like just implement other aspects of your sound into that song, because like the thing with that song is that like it just kind of came out of nowhere and just absolutely tears the momentum of what you kind of, because it's like the third song on the album, I think fourth song on the album, so you've gotten accustomed to this heavy breakneck, beat downy sound, and then all of a sudden you're just like pulled right out of it and hearing like not Tough Guy doing like his emo rap, and it's like, this isn't like
you're a tough guy.
the
What are you
vibe.
doing?
Whereas like I think if they had some chugs in there, or like kind of like there was like the EDM little bit in Dr. Acula that was like a completely out of left field implementation of another sound,
but it flowed
into
like the next
right
song.
into the next song, and like
It did.
to the point where I thought that they were both the same song, like it's two separate tracks. So I think that had these guys just figured out how to like play with that sound a little bit more and integrate it into like their deathcore sound, it would be cool.
I was halfway expecting like through that song while I was listening to it for that to happen. I was like sort of anticipating like it to get heavy and like real drums to come in and like for the song to sort of like shift into what they're doing on the rest of the record, but it just didn't happen. So I don't know. I thought the record overall, like it's on the verge of being something good, but I just kind of wanted a little bit more from like each element.
Yeah, he's a good vocalist.
Yeah, he's like a great vocalist. Yeah,
and I don't know how much of that is processing. I've never seen them live or really watched a live video. I have to assume that a good portion of it is his own natural talent, but like there's definitely some layering and stuff like that. Regardless of whatever it is, he sounds filthy on this.
Well, what was your fave moment?
So like with me, like the new metal parts, like because Darko did it, some other bands have done it, and like I liked it because there were other interesting things surrounding it. These guys took like the worst parts of new metal on this album and then like didn't do anything else exciting with it other than just tune really low and do a lot of chugging patterns. The single though, or the track that I'm bringing though, is one called Mask. It's near the end of the album. I think it's the second to last song, and it is the one of the few times on the album where like they actually implement other aspects of metal. There's some blast beats, there's some like faster portions to it, some actual like riffs, honest to god riffs. And like that's and
I was dying for like a riff
right
by the
like,
time this song came along.
After last year where we got spoiled for riffs, to like have our first album that we're listening to this year be void of it.
Like
I was like, what do I do with my hands? Like Mask though has some really cool bits in it. It is, in my opinion, like the strongest song on the album. We'll give it a little listen now. See like a little bit of like a DBD kind of punk aspect of it, and then we calm down. What's a man? Yes, a human, not a fucking no. One day I'll think I'll take this way too far. So fucking long, that's the shit I'm going all down.
Yeah, I think this song actually will clip pretty well. So like everything that we'll probably show, I think you'll be like, that's pretty tight.
This is another one of those bands where if you take a 30-second portion of it, you're just like, that's filthy as fuck. And then you listen to the other 19 minutes and you realize that's all they do for those other 19 minutes, and you're like, okay. But like I don't know, Mask kind of had that little bit of a punky feel to the very beginning of it. He does a little bit of flexing with there. There's that cool little like double kick pattern near the very end, where they're not chugging along with it. I don't know, it just sounds cool, and if they wrote more sections like this, which they may in their full length whenever they release that, I think that it would be a very fun and way more engaging listen.
Agreed.
sounding like that.
I'd say one thing I do like, though, a lot, I do enjoy the guitar tone. I feel like the guitar tones are a little bit different. They kind of stand out, a little bit from some of the similar music. And I guess they're in like drop B or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking thick.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. Like the guitar tones, I was really disappointed with the drummer on this record. I was almost like, is this just all programmed? Because it just, there's nothing, I feel like there's so much space on this record. It's a bit of a drummer's like dream. And I'm just like, find myself like so often through this, when I was listening through, like, please do like some sort of like fill on this, in this open spot that's coming up or whatever, like just something there. But it's just like, I don't know, he's too supportive, I think, of like everything else that's happening, which maybe that's how they wanted it. But as a drummer and like somebody who likes to listen to the drums on a record, they were just kind of like almost non-existent for me.
Which is crazy because he is the guy who's from Uneven Structure, which I don't know if you guys have ever listened to that band before. They're
a progressive
style metalcore band, like probably similar to like Periphery or something like that. So I mean, there is a lot of technicality there. Like they'll have 8-9 minute long songs. Yeah. It's like this dude has the chops.
Yeah.
It's
just intentional to be like, I guess just what it is. Like
the album really just makes me think this is just a vehicle for Aaron just to do what he wants. Like it's not a musician's record. It is solely just this guy's project, just to be like, I want to flex how low I can growl.
I want to swing my dick.
And
I want you to watch it.
Yeah, and I got to respect it. Like, if I had the talent that this guy does, I'd probably want a side project where I could just...
If I sounded like that, I would just write stupid choke patterns the whole time, probably.
Yeah.
It sells these days, so...
Oh, yeah. And I mean, there's definitely an audience for this kind of music, and people that like love this shit, and
it's getting really good reviews online too.
Totally, yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, there are people who like this a lot, and I'm like, why? What's wrong with me? Why don't I like love this? But
we also ran into that with Chelsea Grin too, where like we didn't like Chelsea Grin, and everyone and their mom were like, this is the second coming of Christ.
Yeah,
same with Lorna.
Yeah,
and you can acknowledge something's great, but find the reasons why maybe you aren't super into it. So
yeah, it's got over a 3 on Sputnik, which is wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Bri, let's enough chit chat. Let's hear some
dicking around.
Let's hear some heavy stuff.
So some of my faves, I got 2 timestamps for you guys. This first one is Yenta. I believe it's the most recent single. They dropped it like right before the actual album dropped. So let's take a listen.
Watch out!
Cool. Straight to the point,
Yeah.
Just bringing the heavy.
Now looking at that waveform or wave file, it's still so funny how it's just literally just a wall of sound.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I bring it into my session, it's just like fucking peaking the whole time. Yeah.
That little
just barely
where is a kind of fun little thing in
like
there.
that little bendy riff. That was cool.
Yeah.
And the kind of like just what you said about the almost kind of peeking and whatnot. It reminds me like back in the day when Structures was the thing. Like, dude, I remember having their album and it literally like clipping, and they were like, "Yeah, this is intentional."
Yeah.
So I mean,
just, like,
bands are just consistently trying to push it like as loud as possible.
Yeah. I feel like they're trying to do what Norma Jean did so well.
Yes.
Just something that's so like digitally like compressed and saturated that sounds like analog and raw. But for them, I feel like it does come across as a little bit more like obviously digital.
Yeah.
But still like definitely hits.
It hits. And this next timestamp is going to hit as well. This song is called Seiko.
Think you could just fucking get rid of me. You were born with me, and you'll fucking die with me too. So just hold on tight. There's no turning back now, mate. Just close your fucking eyes. Let's see who reach the ground first. Let's see who hits the ground first. Let's see who hits the ground running and running. Nothing but talking. Here it goes again. What you gonna do this time, bitch? Watching you all along, I'm so depressed. But no one cares if you get it. Why can't you wear, boy, don't you forget it? Why not your enemy? Why ain't you a new enemy?
That man. I like
You don't like the beginning.
You were
right?
born with me and you'll die with me.
mate. Did he say mate?
Or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure he says mate.
I mean, that's up there with Ocean's 8 Alaska.
I had
Talk,
to
yeah.
give you the build up though.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, I had to give you all the build up.
I probably would have put it in there either way because when I heard that part, I was like, oh, that's kind of cringy.
Oh, yeah.
Especially whenever he says mate. For whatever reason,
Mate.
it's just like
Bite.
the least like aggressive or like scary sounding like mate.
Oh, I could die, mate.
I'm gonna fucking slit your throat,
Mate.
mate.
Yeah, it just like makes it more comical than anything. So
We're pissing off our UK audience.
yeah,
They would have actually probably agree with us.
off,
They're
mate.
like, no,
Calling
yeah,
us
we.
wankers.
yeah,
Wankers.
fucking wankers.
Wankers.
Yeah, that part. But I mean, yeah, the breakdown was tight. You know.
Yeah, and his little like rappy delivery near the end
Yeah.
of it is yeah, it's got kind of like a cool
Maybe if he just, had the very last parts.
yeah.
Yeah, they should have deleted that first. They should have listened back to them and like, let's just take it out of there. It doesn't even need to be in there. So.
Aaron's probably like, no.
Yeah,
This is staying.
People need
He's
like,
to hear
listen,
it.
mate.
We need this. Listen, mate.
Listen,
You need to
mate.
hear it, mate.
He turns Australian for some because I can't not have an Australian accent when I say mate. Listen, mate.
Isn't he British though? I feel
He's
like
French.
He's
Well,
French. Yeah.
I think.
I thought like there was like one guy in the band that was British, maybe.
Or is he?
Who knows?
I don't know. Let
Mate.
me fucking check where.
But he might be.
Aaron
He might be a French boy.
That's.
I believe Betraying
list.
the Martyrs is a bunch of French.
Yeah, they were a bunch of French boys.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. Yeah,
I'm
I don't
curious,
know
yeah.
where he's from. I'll try
That would
to do a
explain
little
the
bit of mate.
Mate.
Because
He brings the brute.
I don't want to get
even
too far into that.
Yeah, even though he says mate.
Yeah.
That whole end breakdown is just it's
dude.
good.
Filthy.
I mean,
It's
props.
disgusting.
Props, my guy. Don't say mate anymore. But you're doing everything else. You're doing
Props, my guy.
fucking perfectly.
My mate.
Okay, so he was born in Leicester, England, so he
Yeah.
is British. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. So that is why he's got
Good
the
day.
mate. Mate.
Mate. That's why. Yeah. That's
He
what I
apparently has
thought.
2 daughters too.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you think they like metal?
probably like other bands.
Yeah.
I hope my kid likes metal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like nature versus nurture things where like you can nurture that shit into there. Just like instead of putting like Mozart or some shit
Yeah.
playing in like the mommy's
Animals
belly,
is
like
weird.
you just put
Black
some,
Dahlia Murder.
some Black Dahlia Murder, some Misery Signals, and
Yeah. I
her,
put
her kick in is like in like 7-11 time or some shit like
teacher
that.
bleed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, mate.
Those were some of my tasty boys.
Well, I only have
so-
one.
Well, mate, those were good.
Mine is the final song on the record, Ender.
Wow.
And
It's an ender.
Ender, I barely even know her.
Okay.
Okay. I thought that was the song.
What was I gonna say about this? Oh yeah, there's some good screamy bits in there. So let's have a listen. It's also heavy. So that's kind of crazy.
Incubate, suffocate, celebrate.
I take back my chaotic comment. That was the most chaotic thing I've ever heard. It sounded like nothing else that we've listened to so far.
Yeah,
from these clips.
Yeah, totally unique to the rest of the record there.
Chaos.
Chaos. Yeah, so that was heavy. There were screams in there.
Yeah, I mean,
And a breakdown at the end. So
we had talked about like listening to Downer Part 1 along with Part 2, and I might do that. I mean, it's going to be 30 minutes of a listen, 40 minutes of a listen maybe, so it won't be too bad. But I am interested to see like how it all kind of fits as like one cohesive unit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I probably won't do that. You tell me. You let me know.
Yeah, I will. I probably won't do it either because we still got.
I've definitely listened to some of the tracks off it. I don't know if I've listened to the whole thing, like, front to back, but they're okay. I mean, it's pretty similar to this. So
Yeah. You, like you said, it's good. Like going to the gym music. It's good. Like I guess that's the only thing I can really think of that this might be good for. Is just lifting heavy shit and putting it back down. Just you want to like be rage filled.
Yeah, getting mad.
I don't know. I'll still listen to whatever full length that they put out eventually. But I'm thoroughly whelmed, if not underwhelmed, by this album.
I think we are all on a similar page there. Yeah. So let's move on from this news fest.
Yeah.
all right.
Here's something really good. I'm just, I feel like we haven't listened to enough breakdowns.
Yeah.
Can never have enough.
We probably need some more. And there's also like there's a storm outside a little bit. And like I feel like there might be a front or something coming by.
Almost died on the way here.
Yeah, Bryan
Jeez.
almost died today again. So.
Wow.
It happens every week. I don't know what's going on.
Absolutely
So many
crazy.
storms.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm out here in the thick of it now. It's really coming down. I'm here to bring you your weekly breakdown forecast. I'm Breakdown Bryan. Breakdown Bryan.
Man, I still don't know how I survived it.
Yeah, when you said you were going to be a little bit late, I thought you were just like, run a little bit behind. Not that you almost died.
Thank you for recording that on your phone on your way over here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's right, folks. Breakdown Bryan is here for your weekly news and weather report. So what is happening this week, you ask? Well, step aside, fucking Dorothy, because we're not in Kansas anymore, God damn it.
Goddamn.
We're going to show you a monster of a storm that's headed your way in this week's breakdown, caused by literal supergroup, okay?
Wow.
We got high winds from the north, okay? Ooh. The north band distant make their way into a low pressure system formed by Suicide Silence, which then heads east over to the Giants of Amur.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
All of this, mind you, combined with freezing temperatures from vocalists of Angel Maker, 1056, hey, there he is again, Body Snatcher, Carcosa, and so much more.
You have more.
So why don't we take a listen in on this most destructive elements of the storm that is forming right now?
Tune lower.
Oh my God. That was a pretty gnarly breakdown.
I'd listened to that 30 or however long that was. I lost track of time. I think I blacked out.
Yeah.
I would listen to that clip for 19 minutes over 1056.
Yes.
Because that's what 1056 is trying to do.
Yeah.
And they did it so much better.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Aaron's in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's in there somewhere. Well, this song is like 7 minutes long too. Right?
Yeah,
It's like,
the song is stupid long. I mean, there's like 1,000 vocalists in here. In this article I was reading about the distant vocalist, he said the inspiration that came from animated shows in the 90s where Spider-Man would team up with X-Men and stuff like that. That's basically what they were like hoping for.
Oh.
So, you know, I mean, I guess they got it, but
Yeah.
and then what we got like the Big Six that's eventually gonna have stuff at some point too. So I don't know.
Are they planning on doing like more releases? Is that like
I don't know.
there's just so many people. I don't know.
So many
yeah.
people.
I don't know if I
in my opinion, it's too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I like that because I feel like it's just I'm like trying to figure out who the fuck is who is who and where's who I guess maybe if like you knew all of these, there's just so many people. But if you knew all of them like super well and you could pick them all out.
Apparently 16 vocalists, and it is from their new album called Heritage.
What?
Out February 10th. I think this is the only song with 16 vocalists. I think there is like they are a deathcore band just by themselves.
Yeah, distance.
Right, yeah.
And then they just have
all these people.
So you got like 30 people from Angel Maker. You got Amur, Suicide Silence, 1056, Carcosa, Cabal, Arcanius, Abbey Falls, who's pretty good. So apparently, they got a lot of folks that were just in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
that shit was tight though.
St. Louis.
I would say
nice.
they're going to be
March
in
6th.
St. Louis, so on March 6th, and they're basically touring with
Is all
all
16?
the vocalists that were on there. It's Body Snatcher, Angel Maker, Paleface, and Distant.
Yeah, which could be pretty cool to see that live because like that means they might have some of those guys come up and like
I guarantee it.
you know actually
They're like we need 16 microphones.
do stuff. I actually just started listening to Paleface a little bit. They're not bad.
I haven't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
listened to 'em.
I jammed a
feel
little
them.
bit of Distant after I listened to this track, and I was liking what I was hearing. So I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
but yeah, that's your weekly news and weather.
You said they have a new album
so
coming out?
Yeah, coming out February 10th.
February
so
10th. Cool.
we might be
Maybe
chatting about that guy.
Maybe we'll talk about
Maybe
that.
we'll do that.
Brian, good job with that one. Like you always bring good breakdowns, but like that was probably
That was gnarly.
Well, it was a
the
super
heaviest
group.
breakdown that you've had so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
try to outdo every week. I don't know if it'll happen, but
Who knows?
sometimes the storm is just bigger than we thought.
Yeah. Well,
I'm out there chasing tornadoes, so
yeah, you're also surprisingly dry for having been caught out in a literal tsunami.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
These lights, they drive me off really fast.
It's true. Yeah.
So
No, there's no lighting in here. This is naturally how we look at all times.
Always,
Brian,
always glowing.
don't give away
always
our
glowing.
set
Our
magic.
secrets.
So I mean, so you got 16 vocalists, all just yelling. So you got to think that they got some, dry mouths. So they probably want to be sipping on a little bit of something to kind of, wet the whistle a little bit, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Similar to us, I mean, I would liken us to that super group.
Yeah.
We got some dry mouths, so we got
Absolutely.
to sip on a little bit of some stuff. So, Nick,
Yes.
what are we sipping on?
Anti-fire! It's time to drink!
Okay. Yeah. We're drinking beers.
Fucking
We're drinking
ripping it.
beers.
Und ripping
Beers.
it.
Man, Jordan picked up a bunch of tasty bevies from down the street. A place called Hop Shop on Cherokee Street.
Best beer
Honestly, the
shop
best
here in the
beer
city,
shop.
yeah.
Yeah, they have like so much good shit there. So, Hop Shop.
So cheers. Yeah, we got
Hop Shop.
4 little sours from Springfield Brewing Company, which is, semi-local. Got some Prairie.
This one's Prairie. Tastes like Skittles. It's a sour. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's actually got like little chunks of like Skittles candy in there. It's like not a.
I didn't
it's
even
a
see that.
chunky
It's got,
beer.
like,
Yeah.
the S's that you used to draw when you were in
Yeah.
middle school on your binder.
Yep.
Then we got a Crooked Stave actually, which we've had something by Crooked Stave before, I think.
We have.
Yeah.
I don't remember what.
I don't remember what either. It was probably actually the same thing because it's rosé and rosé all day. And then lastly, we got one from Crane Brewing Company, which is brewed in Missouri here too. So
I didn't
Wow.
even, I never even heard of that. Fucking
Fuels-
damn.
yeah, it's
Crane.
brewed in Raytown, Missouri, which I've also
Weird.
never heard of
Never heard of
Raytown.
it. Yeah.
Raytown, shout
All
out.
right, shout out
Raytown.
Raytown.
Where are you?
Raytown. Yeah, got a few brews.
Hell yeah.
We're getting a little bit drunk.
Yes, I miss beer.
Yeah, Brian's trying to be healthy.
Yeah, Brian's trying to be
Get
healthy right
fucking
now.
shredded.
It won't last.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I'll
to
be
his
back.
Alcoholic
And drunk.
ways.
And drunk. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, gosh dang it, I am just fiending for some new music. Have you guys heard any like good new songs come out lately? Anything in particular you want to chat about?
I might have one or two.
Maybe one or two?
Yeah, maybe one
Maybe
or
three?
two. Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
one or two?
I've heard some
been listening to some stuff in my seeing some stuff in my peripherals. So
Great. Let's jump right into the single segment then. Singles.
Yeah.
Cool. Shit. This week we are coming into your butts with some hot, fresh, tasty new singles. I think. Why don't you start it off, Jordan?
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, because we didn't have a lot to talk about with 1056. We went kind of more ham with the singles this week.
There's a lot that came out too. So
Yeah, and this is always like the time of year where full albums don't usually come out. It's always like, hey, this is what we have coming out.
Right.
So
Coming.
yeah, so much coming out this year. So much coming.
a lot of coming.
This ton. So first I want to bring to you is actually Minnesotan bands. Minnesota, called Wanderer.
Okay.
And their song, Pure Human Despair.
Ooh. Cool.
Man, it fucking goes all over the
like that.
place.
That's some fun changes.
Dude, yeah, the little bass line at the very end.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I was gonna say you can hear the bass.
Right.
Sounds a little bit more natural.
Yeah, those guitars are really crunchy too. I like it.
Yeah, the
Like
production
tone.
is cool. They're a little bit more grindy. And I think I'm just realizing after listening to Wormrot last year that I might like grindcore more than I thought I did.
Oh.
Oh.
Because grindcore I used to think was 30-second long songs and just terrible noise, and this is sometimes very unpleasant to listen to. But I don't know, it's got a lot of change ups. Some of the riffing is really cool. Production is solid, and it's just got this good crunchy raw tone to it.
Yeah.
Crunchy roll.
Crunchy and raw.
Crunchy and raw.
That's how I like it.
How you like it? But yeah,
Give it to you, crunchy and raw, baby.
so that's from
maybe
their new EP, which is coming out, called Indulgence of the Unreal.
Wow.
And this comes out February 24th.
Okay.
Yeah. They have one other album, too.
And that was is it Wanderer? Is that what you said?
Wander. Yep.
Wanderer.
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 Yeah.
That's cool.
Their other last album was called Liberation from a Brutalist Existence. So these guys just not happy.
Just angry.
Which I guess they're in Minnesota, so I guess that's cold there, so I get being unhappy.
Yeah. They're
The name of the song did make me chuckle.
Pure Human Despair. I was like,
oh my god.
All right.
It's
Must
probably
be so sad up there.
It's probably how Kirk Cousins feels after that loss. You guys watch football?
No.
Oh.
But yeah,
Damn.
Brian.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Kurt.
on to the next thing.
Classic Kurt. So, the next boys I'm bringing you, band called Heaven Shall Burn, who've been around for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Probably longer than a minute. This is what I found out is actually a cover of a Trivium song. And Trivium did a cover of a Heaven Shall Burn song.
Wow.
And this is, I didn't realize because Trivium usually sounds like bullshit to me. and this song didn't sound like bullshit to me. So this is Trivium's song, Pillars of Serpents, covered by Heaven Shall Burn.
Wake up!
I guess I hear some influences of Trivium in there for sure. I mean, it is a Trivium song, so.
Yeah, had you not told me it was a Trivium song, I probably
I don't really listen to Trivium
wouldn't have
either,
guessed.
Their first album, like back in the day, though.
Yeah,
they were solid.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like when Trivium first came around, I was like,
what was that song? Pull Harder on Strings of Martyr or some shit like that. That was like the one song I think everyone knew.
Yeah, the big hit.
Yeah, and Matt Heafy is like a really good guitarist.
Oh, for sure.
I just don't love his vocals. Always, and I think that's always the thing. And Trivium's production is also like kind of hit and miss, despite being like a big band. So yeah, Heaven Shall Burn though is they haven't released anything. I think since like 20.
I was gonna say
It's been a while.
It's been a bit.
I know that band, and I know I've listened to their music.
I know,
but I forgot about them until
band.
they popped up just now. So
yeah, so
They
their
were-
last thing was
Is it like maybe Headbangers Ball Days or something?
actually
I don't know.
2020, surprisingly.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, sorry.
We're just
But it was also not reviewed, like you reviewed fantastically, which might be why I didn't remember. The last one I remember really was Veto, which was like their 2013 album.
okay, so they're
yeah.
consistently releasing material. Sorry about that.
they have an album called Wanderer.
Whoa,
Mind blown.
crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I've just fallen off of them. But they have a cool, kind of melodic death metal-y spin on metalcore.
Yeah.
And I don't know that song, the riffing, the production, all was just neat. And lastly, some OGs. See You Next Tuesday is another band kind of similar to Dr. Acula, where didn't really like them in the past, but they're releasing some new stuff, and it's not too bad. Let's give us a listen. It's fucking wild.
That was pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
kind of grindy deathcore, but I really like that transition into the low growl, into the end breakdown, where they just keep on going lower and lower and lower, and then he's
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. See You Next Tuesday.
I like their old stuff.
Yeah,
I like the album Parasite from 2007. I'm looking at it now, and
Yeah.
I forgot how funny these song titles were.
Before I Die, I'm gonna fuck me a fish.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, are your parents siblings? It's like, what the fuck? How to Survive a Vicious Cockfight.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So these guys haven't released anything since 2008. I don't know why I said two. So weird.
2008.
2008.
Are you German now?
Yeah.
2008.
2008.
Wunderbar.
Yeah. So it has been 15 years
Yes.
since these fellows have released an album. Now I'm turning into Arnold.
Wow.
But this is from their new album called Distractions, which is coming out February 17th.
Wow.
Wow. So it might be another album that we review.
Now you're turning into Dracula? Like, what's happening with all these? I love the voices.
Yeah.
2000.
One new album.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm going to talk about a band that everyone's talking about.
1056?
Exactly. No, a Sleep Token.
Everybody is.
Oh, I thought you were
talking
talking about Electric Callboy.
Electric Callboy.
yeah.
My fave.
That's so last year.
Dude, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yo, this new single by Sleep Token.
It's
It's a chef's kiss.
It's good. It's good.
it's been stuck in my head all day. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Let's take a little peek.
Let's do it. too fucking good.
Yeah. The clip was like so long because I was like, I don't know where to cut this because it's all like, good. I just want to play the whole song pretty much from start to finish.
Because then there's like that weird fucking R&B funk section at the very end of the song, and you're just like,
yeah,
this is great.
Which I also clipped. Yeah, you know I had to.
Oh, you had to.
I had to put that in there.
Sexy.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured like I would just talk about this one single. They did release another single, but this one for me just like
it resonated harder.
Was the one. Yeah. It's just got those heavy bits, and it's just so the way the song is written is just like so great, and it's a long song too, so it's like one of those. You know, I'm like when I see a long song, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta listen to this whole song, but. I love it all the way through, and it's like really well crafted. So
it is like the formula, each part, like it's very well executed.
Dude, those higher harmonies that he does on the chorus, every single time, I just rewind, and that breakdown is just fucking
meaty.
Cool too.
So
yeah, their shtick is interesting.
They do a Loathe cover, and it brings me to tears.
Dude, it's so such a good cover.
Yeah.
Who's their singer though?
No one. His name is Vessel.
Vessel.
Because I forgot that
Vessel?
Apparently, like, their whole shtick is that they worship an ancient god called Sleep.
Oh.
And, like, everything that they're doing is, like, in worship to this god. And they have, like, a Discord that's, like, several thousand members strong, like, trying to, like, piece together who the members are and, like, piece together the lore. And I'm just like, I'm going to join them today.
Yeah. It's probably just, like, people, like, no one knows, maybe. It's
What
just
if it's
like,
Carl Schubach? It's
No.
Coral. He's just... I left Misery Signals to start this band.
It's actually just members of Meshuggah.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
They're tuned that low.
It's different.
Keith Buckley takes the mask off and he's like, this is the new band I formed after Every Time I
How?
Die.
I've been
How'd
playing
your
it the whole
Every
time.
Time I Die.
How'd you get your voice to change like that?
Dude, your voice to change like that.
Yeah.
But no, I
Such
said
a good song, though.
I said it last episode. I think that this year is going to be like
It's a big one.
the
for
year
them.
of Sleep Token,
The
like how
year
it was for
Sleep.
Spirit Box.
Yeah, I'm excited for. I'm assuming or hopeful for like an album. Have they announced anything or?
I was just double checking. I didn't see any
I don't think I've
sort
seen
of
anything
announcements.
yet, but I'm hopeful for more.
Their last one was in 2021, so I mean it's
time.
Thirsting for more.
it's time.
Thurston.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. Also, Periphery.
Yeah.
Also some good shit.
Periphery is back.
Like what a great.
Love that
What a
shit.
great week.
The Juggernauts.
Couple singles from them.
That was a
What
song
about-
title
Yep.
of theirs, wasn't it? Juggernaut?
That was a either an EP or a single, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Periphery's back. They announced their 5th album called Gent Is Not a Genre.
So good.
And they released 2 singles, Wildfire and, I don't know, Zagreus?
Zagreus.
Or Zagreus?
It's the lead character from a game called Hades.
See, that's...
Oh, which I.
Yeah, you've been playing
sense.
that.
Yeah. I made it. Man, I made it pretty far. I made it to like the like acid and like
The acid.
dungeon with like the rats and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, this is hard as shit, but been pretty fun so far.
Yeah, but yeah, so they're a bunch of nerdy boys, so they always
yeah.
kind of throw references to, video games in there.
Love it.
I'm fucking
Well,
pumped to hear this though.
Let's listen to some Wildfire.
I fucking love that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I really wanted to just like play from start to like
Finish.
I don't know, like
Yeah.
2 minutes
It's probably so hard
to
to
the chorus, but like
pick apart.
yeah, that whole song is great. I'm a big fan of it. Later on, after the chorus, he comes in with like this weird breakdown that very Periphery like. It's like on tempo, then it's like off tempo, and then it's back on, and then there's a weird dissonant like sounding solo that comes over with with Misha, I mean, it's just like, yes.
And then
So-
a sax.
And then a sax. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And Matt Halpern's just sitting there just fucking ghost noting his little heart out. I don't know if you guys watched the video for this, but
Yeah, that's pretty
Matt's let himself gray a bunch, and like, I appreciate it. You don't see like, you see, I guess, enough gray-haired people in metal, but like,
You'd 69 him or?
oh, I'd 69 him for sure.
Me too, for sure.
For sure. He's also got that smooth head, so like that's super. He's bald, he like shaves his head, so like that's
Wax it.
pleasurable.
That's
and
the
fun.
energy I
Sure.
want.
Yeah,
Wax it, baby.
yeah. So anyway, Zagreus.
Zagreus. Are those little like ghost notes he's thrown in there
Yeah.
too on this?
Yeah, that pattern is really cool too. It's probably a lot of fun. I'd probably have to listen to it like 10 more times to get it, but
Periphery's so good at taking a riff and then like, playing it and then like kind of dissecting it and altering it just slightly to make it feel different, but it's very the same.
did this change, or are they just playing the same fucking thing, or did the drums just change and it takes me a couple tries to like listen to it and be like, oh, okay, the drummer just changed.
That's the introduction to the song, and that riff it consistently comes back throughout the whole entire song.
Yeah.
What I like the most about Periphery a lot of the time is like, there's always like a discernible groove and like rhythm to it. Like they, no matter how technical they get or like how weird the kicks get or like the guitar lines get, there's always like this consistent. Matt's always in the background just holding it down still, and like I don't know, like it's similar to Meshuggah, where like a lot of their stuff is based in 4/4, but they just kind of fuck around with 4/4 time in an interesting way. That's kind of what I get out of Periphery too. I'm excited about this new album though. It's
I'm very excited.
9 songs long, and I think the longest song is 13 minutes long and the shortest song is 5 minutes long. So like they're getting into their prog metal phase,
Hell yeah.
which is tight, and it sounds good.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm all about it.
Good shit.
We'll definitely talk about that one.
Yeah, that's coming out March 10th. So once February and March hits,
Man,
we're gonna have
We got a lot.
plenty of stuff to
Good
talk
stuff
about.
coming up. Yeah, for
Lots
sure.
of good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we know what we're talking about next week yet, just because there has been a bit of a lack of new things hitting right now. So we may do something kooky and fun and different, or maybe we'll find something we want to listen to. Not sure, but definitely join us next week for a mystery.
Yeah. And
episode.
In the mystery.
And the mystery.
in between then, you can join our Discord, follow us on Instagram.
I didn't know about the Discord or the Instagram.
Facebook, TikTok.
If you got those things.
Yeah, pretty much everything is at Metal Brunch Club. Or you can if you go to our Instagram or any of our socials, we should have a link tree there,
Yes.
which has all of our invite codes to the Discord. It's a lot of fun in there. We joke, we
swing our dicks around.
we cry, we laugh.
Lots of crying.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun time.
Pop in, send a dick pic, or
Or
I can't
you-
wait for somebody to
to actually do it, and then we're gonna ban him immediately and be like, "You fucking crossed the
Yeah,
line."
what the
man."
fuck?
Hey, we
Like,
never said do this.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, no one consented to this. You need to.
Yeah, you're
chill the
disgusting.
fuck
You're
out.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Funny.
No, first person to do it gets a prize. So,
Gets to be a guest spot on the show.
yep. First guess.
Yeah. But yeah, come and hang out with us. We love, chatting with everyone. We love finding new music thanks to other people.
We
it's a
want
good
to
time.
hear your thoughts. We want your feedback. Tell us how much we suck, or
And we're
how
vain,
much
so we just
like
want
it.
you to pay attention to us, please.
Yes.
Tell me I'm cute.
Please.
Well, thanks.
Well, another episode down.
Great job, guys.
Yeah.
We did it.
Feels
Cool.
great.
Well, hell yeah. We'll see y'all next week then.
Bye.
Bye.